Hi, I'm Ginger. I live in Las Vegas with my Vegas babies, and this video is about basic tortoise facts. The tortoise facts that I'm addressing are the Sonora and Mojave desert tortoises. They basically live, it's everything west of the Colorado River, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and California. The rules and laws are a little bit different depending on which state, but here's just some basic information that I wanted to share with you. The average lifespan of the average tortoise is 50 to 80 years. That is in the wild. In captivity, they can live much longer. Their preferred temperature is 75 degrees to 100 degrees. That's their favorite outdoor temperature. Some people think that if it's hotter that they like it better and that they're just this durable animal that can survive in any temperature, but that's not altogether true. Their preferred temperatures are 75 to 100. So keep an eye on them once it gets really hot. I really take close attention to mine when it gets to be 110, 115. You really want to make sure that they're getting cooled off and have proper water access. Both the Sonora and Mojave desert tortoises are actually very social animals. Most of the information that I'm going to be giving you here is information that I picked up along the way. I've read it, I've heard it from different platforms. So please fact check me all you want, but this is information that as I understand it. So yes, they're very sociable animals. Mine are very connected with me. They hear my voice, they come, they watch me. They actually cuddle, like a big guy, Charlie. He'll come over to me and just sit himself as close as he can to my leg, and he'll just stay there. And he likes me to pet his head, under his neck, especially his legs. The little guys, they just look at me and they watch me, and they love it when I pick them up and put them on my lap, or they kind of walk around and they like the affection that I give them. They actually the desert tortoise can be considered a emotional support animal. So I thought that was interesting. The Mojave and Sonora desert tortoises are actually considered a medium-sized tortoise. There are some tortoises bigger, such as the sulcata, and then there are some tortoises that are smaller, such as the Russian tortoise. So there's some tortoises smaller, lots of them, and then lots of them that are bigger. Now, remember, the desert tortoise is a tortoise, and tortoises are herbivores. So our desert tortoises, they are eating vegetables, flowers, plants, and they live on land. Turtles are omnivores, and they live in the water. So sometimes people get confused with tortoises and turtles. Tortoises are herbivores. The desert tortoise is an herbivore, and the water turtles are omnivores. They have very good hearing, but they don't have any ears. They hear through vibrations, but they do have excellent hearing. They also have excellent sense of smell. They are actually, I've read that they are descended from the dinosaurs. So they are descended from dinosaurs, and their technical name is, this is a tough one for me to say, Gopherus agassiz. So of course I'm spelling it for you there because it's a tough one and I'm probably mispronouncing it. Another fact is USDA placed desert tortoises as prehistoric. So a lot of the time people are always, asking about those facts, and I just thought that was interesting. USDA placed desert tortoises as prehistoric, and then I read a couple of different places, so I jotted this down because you don't always get the same information. So, and again, fact check me, drop it down in messages in the below. That would be great. Okay, so I have read that it is estimated that the desert tortoise existed 15 to 20 million years ago. That's a long time ago. But I also read that they existed over 55 million years ago. I'm not sure that there's really that big of a difference because it's a long time ago, but I did read those two different facts, so I wanted to share that with you. Desert tortoises, this is an interesting fact, desert tortoises brumate. because they are reptiles, as opposed to mammals that hibernate. And I've read that it's just a matter of terminology and semantics, but desert tortoises brumate, as opposed to mammals such as bears that hibernate. So, and then there is, during the summer, estivation is something that tortoises do to get away from the heat and to protect themselves from severe heat and drought. So they go deep into their burrows and tunnels and cool off and sleep for a while during the summer. That's estivation. Brumation is during the winter when it's cold and they sleep. Now, my tortoises all sleep different amounts. Like I said, 3 out of the 6 are still sleeping. So Charlie, the one that's 50 plus, I don't know how old he is, he actually goes to sleep every year, sound asleep in about October, early October, and sometimes the end of September, depending on the temperatures. And then he'll wake up end of March, the end of March, that's correct, end of March. Again, it depends on the temperatures, but he sleeps super sound. I check on him sometimes, and you know, he moves a little bit, but not much. All right, so that's it for the brumation versus the hibernation. And what affects the things that go into affecting their brumation period is it's a little blustery out here today, is their age, their body mass, and the outdoor temperature and the amount of their health, you know, their hydration. And the little ones, the hatchlings, their body sizes they're too small. Their body mass is too small to support a hibernation sometimes. That's one of the reasons that so many hatchlings don't make it through that first winter. We'll talk about that in another episode. But so their body sizes, and this is the time of year, especially new tortoise owners, they wonder, you know, what's going to happen? When are they going to wake up? How long do they hibernate? Well, it's not all the same for all of them. And sometimes what happens is they come out for, you know, a day or two, and then they go back for a week or two. So they're going to let them do it on their own. They'll come out as they need to. There's nothing wrong with it, but make sure that you do provide water for them. Super important to have water. It takes them a while to have their whole body system wake up and prepare to take in food and start eating again. So if they don't eat anything right away, don't worry about it. They will eat it, but make sure that you do provide some water for them. That's super important. It's very common if a tortoise gets flipped, especially when they're older, they have a harder time righting themselves. They can die from being on their back. They can also, common way that adult tortoises die, or all tortoises could die, is water. They don't swim. They don't see the pool. They can't see it, so they just walk up and they just fall right in and they will drown. So don't think that they won't go in because they won't realize that they're going. They don't see it. So please be careful and protect them and keep them away from any swimming pools. So I think wanted to finish this up with just saying that I've read some things that say that desert tortoises like to be solitary. They're solitary animals, but I really think that they're very different if they're in the wild versus in captivity, because well, first of all, I'm not sure who did the interviewing and how they were observing them, but and asking them what they liked and didn't like. But I think it kind of follows along with you people that are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Well, Maslow's hierarchy of needs basically says that if the as the basic needs are fulfilled, that they can grow on to other things. So, and if the basic needs are not fulfilled, they're going to, you're going to need them, and you're going to fight for them. So that means that maybe the tortoises that are in the wild will want to be alone, because they're not going to want to share their food, their burrow space, their all of that. Where if there's plenty of food to go around and there's plenty of burrows, then and there's not a need for fighting for it, then I think they're going to be happier, and they actually do prefer being around each other and being around people. So that's my take on the social side of tortoises. wild versus domestic. And this is one of 5 different sections. So please go ahead and look at my other sections, and you'll get more information. So this is fun stuff, and I'm happy to share it with all of you. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, and I'll see you going forward. Have a great day.